Okay, hi guys. So we have covered about what landing pages are primarily for. It's data capture. Let's introduce you to the concept of sections and blocks. So we're going to go into Kulea. We're going to go into landing pages. You see over here, and then we're going to go to my landing pages, and that takes you to a page. If you have already created landing pages, it looks a bit like this. Now I'm going to go into my demo page. There we go. Okay, now landing pages and emails, for that matter, are built in Kulea in exactly the same fashion. So think of a email or a landing page as a room. Your email, your landing page is a room. Within that room is a big old photo frame. Now, that photo frame are your sections. And within those sections, you have photos. And those photos are your blocks. So you've got a nice kind of hierarchical structure there that's very easy to follow. You put your photos within your sections, your frames, and all of that comes together into forming a magnificent work of art. Let's call it a gallery, which is your landing page. So how do you access those sections and blocks within your landing page? Probably the first question you're going to ask. Very, very easy. You will hover on the left-hand side in the preview panel. So you can see over here, you have a preview of your landing page. On the right-hand side, you have the editing panel. As you hover over your preview, little yellow frames appear. If that yellow frame has a blue flag on the top left, it is a section. And you can see you can access those just by hovering around on the outer edges of your landing page preview. If you go into the middle section of your landing page preview, you'll see the same yellow frames, but you'll see they have a green flag on them, and that means it's a block that you're editing rather than the section. If at any point in time you click whilst hovering on these sections and blocks, you will open up the editor on the right-hand side that corresponds to the section or block that you have clicked. So let me click on this section here. So this is a 3-column section, and it's got 3 promo blocks within it. So I'm going to click the section, and you can see on the right-hand side, it opens up the section editor, and I can, within there, drag and drop those blocks around the section. I can access the section settings, so I can add a really ungainly blue section in there. Wow, that's nice. Actually, it doesn't look so bad. Let's try something else. So, that helps if I could spell. Salmon. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Yeesh. Okay. You can also put hex values in here, just as you can anywhere else on the site. That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Okay, doesn't make text very clear. You can put background colors, you can put background images, you can put padding in there. Let's put some padding, and you can put spacing in there as well. There we go. So we've got a bit more padding. Let me get rid of that background color. So that is how you add your section editor. Let's remove that padding, bring it back down again. There we go. Okay. Now let's just jump out of there. So I'm going to click that little back button. It takes me out of the section editor, back into the landing page. And I'm now going to click on one of the blocks. So let's click on the Get Organized block. And that opens up a slightly different editor that edits specifically the block. There we go. Content, button, etc., etc. Cool. So that is how you handle sections and blocks. You can drag sections within the edit panel on the right-hand side. There we go. And you can add more sections over here. We'll go through all these individual sections during the session, but not right now. And if you want to edit the top level settings for your landing page, well, you do it from, unsurprisingly, the top level tab. So you can add authors, keywords, descriptions. I wouldn't worry about iframe parent URL. That's a little bit of functionality we don't use very often. What is important is you can add in things like Google tracking code into the header script or the body script. Just copy and paste your tags in here, and it will automatically add it to the content or the HTML behind the scenes of your email. You can even select total background color here. So bearing in mind, I'm currently at the top level, so I'm editing the landing page. So this is equivalent to that room that I mentioned about. So let's give it a nice bright orange background. So that has now given the entire landing page that orange background rather than just the section I was editing. But if I want to edit that section, change that color, I can go in, still in settings, let's go for blue again. And the more granular you get with the sections, the more specific overrides are. So we start off at the top level, and then you apply more detail as you drill down, and that detailed view overwrites the top level view. So I'm now going to go back again to top level. I'm going to remove that bright orange. And there we go. We go back to the way we were. Okay. So I hope that makes sense in terms of sections and blocks, adding sections, editing the top level settings for the landing page. Then if I want to drill down and edit the sections, so I can do that either over here on the right hand side, I can click the section editors buttons here, 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 and here, etc. These green buttons edit the sections, or I can edit the sections from going down on the left hand side of the preview and clicking any one of those frames, those yellow frames, will allow me to access the section editor as well. There we go. And now you can see in the section editor. And then final level down, you can go in and edit the blocks. You can do that either by clicking the blocks on the preview, any one of these blocks, or indeed on the right hand side, I can edit the blocks by hovering over them and clicking them on the editor on the right hand side as well. So nice, easy to use, flexible visual web builder. I will now proceed in my next section, go in a little bit detail about the sections. That's our next module. I shall speak to you then. Bye for now.